Department of Home Central Tibetan Administration held the 15th Administrative Conference of the Tibetan Settlement Officers on Monday this week at Kunchok. The conference was participated by 45 Tibetan Settlement Officers, including Chief Representative Officers of South Zone, Shimla and Ladakh. For today's episode of In Conversation, we have the two of the settlement officers, Chief Representative Officer of Ladakh, Mr. Dhondup Tashi, and Bir Settlement Officer, Ms. Kunchok Lhamo, to tell us more about their settlement and the impacts of the conference. Tashi Dilek, and welcome to our program.
Tashi Dilek.
So my first question is to Dhondup Tashi. So Ladakh is one of the oldest and the biggest settlement in terms of population in the exile community in diaspora. And you are taking the responsibility of the Chief Representative Officer for the second time. So can you tell us how the settlement, the challenges and the tasks of CRO has evolved over the years?
Yes, Tashi Dilek. I did CRO from 2010 to 15. That time I had experience which is totally different right now. When we talk about the evolution, there were drastic change in the status of the place where we are living. Earlier it was under the Jammu Kashmir state. Now it has become union territory, which means there are a lot of changes in the official structure, and all the officers are totally new. Right now, the MHA is taking direct care of the Ladakh Union Territory. So we have to connect high-level posts, a lot of high-level posts from Lieutenant Governor to Principal Secretaries and the different secretaries level. Earlier, we don't used to have secretaries, only the DC is the apex body. Likewise, I have to connect center at Delhi. We have to connect Delhi quite often. So keeping that fact in mind, a lot of changes. Like I feel very thankful for the government of India, of course, particularly when it becomes union territory. Lots of grants were given for the Tibetans. Particularly when we talk about the Tibetan Rehabilitation Policy 2014. It was given due importance. Pandit Sejula and Executive Secretary of the Home Department also approached the higher authorities many times. And keeping that fact in mind, lots of grants were given to the Tibetan refugee people there. For this, we need to connect the higher level and need to connect different departments. That was kind of an evolution. The more task is there. Apart from the task that what I see in 2010 to 15, I see double the task and double the expenses also. In return, also they are taking very good care of the settlement. I feel very thankful for they have made the provision of giving the ration cards in all the states. Apart from their job card, MG, Narega, this provision is also done. And not just this, all the basic necessities were taken care of, making metal roads in the settlements. And then all the water drinking facilities, electricity facilities, all are given as per with the Ladakhi local people. This is what I see. So I feel thankful for all. Yeah.
Okay. And my next question is to Kunchok. So Kunchok, this is your first administrative conference by the Department of Homes that you're attending, right?
Yes.
So the conference actually, they discussed during the 5 days, they discussed 8 main agenda this time. So according to you, what and which is most relevant and important to you since you're heading the Bir settlement right now?
Tashi Dilek, first of all, thank you for having me. Of all the policies and schemes and agendas that we have discussed till now, I have 3 main agendas to highlight here. The first one is investment of self-reliance between CTRC and respective settlements. So this is an affordable business loan investment by CTRC with a settlement office. So this is a more public-private partnership. And the second one I would like to emphasize, shed light on, is community managed revolving funds, which is under Tibetan Fund and USAID. Again, this is for underprivileged Tibetan members of our community, and this also empowers our community. And the third one I would like to shed light on is renewable energy, especially related to solar power plant project. In this day and age, because of global warming and climate change, extreme climate change, I guess there's a urgent need for us to take steps into the right direction. So I guess I think that solar power plant energy is in the step towards the right direction to save our planet. And lastly, I would also like to mention vocational skill training by youth empowerment support, which is also empowering our youth and helping our society by providing financial benefit for the society for its own social and economic development. So that is, I see, a major sort of an investment towards developing and towards economic safety, financial security for not just my settlement, but all settlements overall for long term.
Okay. And Kongla, what are your thoughts about the agenda, which is important?
I agree with Kumala. If I add 2-3 more, number one is review of the resolution of the 14th General Body meeting, which was held 2 years back. So we did all the review. We did the review and how much work was done and how much is not done, how much is yet to be done, and which agendas should be carried forward. So the first point for what I say is the 14th General Body meeting, whatever the resolution, it was reviewed. That I find the most important. Then second point, what I find quite important is actually all the 8 points are very important because we are the representative of all the departments here. All are important. If I highlight one more, Pandit Sijung has also stressed about in what special ways could the Tibetan Settlement Officers serve to fulfill His Holiness' aspiration. This point agenda was there. We have had a long discussion. That exactly is very important. Right now, I'm old enough. I could see out of the 45 administrators, I say 60, 70 youngsters are there. So many fresh administrators were also there. What a Tibetan Settlement Officer, what we call TSO. For them, this is the first time they're attending meeting like this. So this is kind of a sharing session like. So seniors talk and they also talk. We learn from each other. So this meeting was very productive, keeping that fact in mind. Out of which the topic right now, what I said was, yes, we are all public servants. We are for the public. So how we can do or perform our best duties to listen to the grievances of people and accordingly how we can help the people. Now it's kind of a leadership training, leadership workshop, not just a meeting only. These two what I find. And one more important point, let's say this is my last point here. Yeah, we don't have time. And one more important point, we have not reviewed exactly, we have updated the 2014 rehabilitation policy. So in which states it was implemented and in which state it was yet to be implemented, and what are the problems and challenges we faced. A lot of discussion. There are many things that we can resolve and we have to resolve. This is our responsibility at local level, regional level. There are certain things which is to be taken up by the higher authorities. All these points we have expressed, and accordingly we are hopeful and we are confident that Central Tibetan Administration, particularly Department Home and Kashak, will take up the issue so that all the settlements will be benefited with the 2014 policy. So this is what I want to say. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. And also, this question is for Kunchok. So, since this is your first conference, how important do you think this kind of conference is? Like Dhondup just said, this conference is like a training ground, or you learn from each other. from the senior officers. So for you, since it's your first time, what does this mean to you as a head of the settlement, and also what impacts do you see?
So I would like to give a brief summary of the meeting. What we shed light on, there are 3 points that I would like to highlight. We shed light on the settlement officer, his role and responsibilities, his or her role of responsibilities, undertakings. They go to review of all the projects that they have undertaken, and then there are code of conduct. We discuss administrative protocols, which is very important, and then we have discussion of various implementation practices, which is important for a newcomer like me, and there are many more like me, because it's an educational, informative. Second one I would like to highlight is we have discussed and deliberation of various pressing issues all over India and Nepal and Bhutan. So we discuss pressing issues in respective settlements, so that all the other settlement officers there, we are aware of what the issues are, and then we discuss the solution, we deliberate. And the third is we have in-depth discourse on proposed agendas, what is good, what is upcoming new projects, what is required, and it is catered to specific settlement. A settlement officer can propose their queries and their redressal formats, so which is very important for newcomer and for the CTA to be in touch with every settlement office all over India. Okay.
So also you're one of the few women who hold the post of settlement officer right now out of the 4 to 5 settlements in our exile diaspora. So can you share us, and also you told me it's been like 1 year and 4 months. 4 months since you joined. And can you share us what are the challenges that you have seen and that the settlement is facing, and how do you think the best way to work on it?
As a settlement officer, I have to take into consideration and focus on key important factors, components such as welfare infrastructure, economic development, our culture, as well as safety and security. So I come from Degi division, which is based in Bir. Our office is based in Bir. The members are residing in Bir and Chontara. I have 220, more than 200 households. I have close to 1,200 members, 5 monasteries, 1 school and 1 clinic. So I have to take into consideration the welfare of an entire community. So the challenges that I have observed, experienced is related to youth and unemployment, and I see lack of employment opportunities. I guess we have to pay more attention and focus on, which we did during this year meeting, 15th general meeting, administrative meeting, and I guess we go back and we have our job cut out for ourselves, because then we have to now research and conduct surveys on how to basically sustain, ensure the sustainability of our settlement.
Yes. And Konglat, so also coming from Ladakh, you have told in the beginning that Ladakh has become the UT, Union Territory of India, and under that you also mentioned there's a lot of other help, or the facilities or more support are coming from the central government to the UT, new Union Territory. So in that sense, what challenges do you face? Also, unlike Bear settlement, Ladakh being the bigger one, and you're covered also not just in Tibetan settlement in Leh, you have also the places in the nomadic regions as well. So what are the challenges that you like to talk about, and how do you see best way to work on it?
Yes, unlike Kunjala's statement, I'm residing in a place which is zero border to India and Tibet. So there, our office has to take care of 7,228 people, which is all scattered in 20 different camps, 12 in Leh, and 9 in scattered Changdang border areas. The challenges is, of course, the climate challenges. In all this we cannot help. But we can help in the sense that in winter, due to the heavy snowfall, the nomadic nomad sustainability of the nomad is a big challenge. For that, how the government could help the people. Yes, the Central Tibetan Administration is doing their best out of the limited resources. On top of this, Government of India, I said right now in our state, Member of Parliament Sri Nanjela, and the Chief Executive Councillor Shri Tashi sir, and all the administrative leaders and political leaders are very helpful, and they have soft corner for the Tibetan people, which is all blessing of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. They are taken care of. Still then, whatever is there is not enough. But there are a lot of projects from the Government of India, as well as some minor projects from the Central Tibetan Administration to take care of the nomadic people and take care of the sustainability of the nomadic people. There are a lot of projects there, and hopefully it will be become practical very soon. And same problem, what I said right now, is in Leh area we have about 5,000 people. Yeah, the biggest challenge is unemployment, especially the educated unemployment. Uneducated unemployment, in those it was very much there. Now educated unemployment, youth unemployment was the biggest challenge, which I don't see much solution as such. But Central Tibetan is doing their best by giving the scholarship for pursuing some trainings out of some skillful trainings, and there are about 200 youths, boys as well as girls. They were sent to different institutions to get whether it's cookery, beautician, tailoring, plumbering, and then hair cutting and all. They are taken care of. Still, since the population is a huge number, so still about 400, 500 youth unemployed are there in our settlement. This is the biggest challenge. We are trying to find a way, but then this is one of the biggest challenges. Yeah.
So, Sikyong, during the inaugural ceremony, he talked about the vacancy of a new Chief Representative Officers in the Northeast India region, right? So, what are your thoughts on that?
I would say this is a good idea. Right now we have 3 CROs. One CRO at Simla, Himachal, one CRO in south, one CRO in Ladakh, right? And that area, the northeast area, that zone hasn't got a CRO. There are, if I'm not wrong, 6 settlements there. 6 settlements. The settlement officers got a lot of work to do. He hardly get time to go to the capital cities to meet all the officers to get them to solve all the problems. So I'll take an example of Ladakh. With the blessing of the Government of India, say a nodal officer is met in Ladakh. Likewise, CROs here, all the CROs are like a nodal officer, like a CRO in the south, say at Bangalore city. Under him, there are 5 settlement officers. They will take care of the settlement work, day-to-day work. What CRO does is the ministry level, political leaders level, administrative high executive levels. So CRO is taken care of. Otherwise, if for a small problem, small issue has to come all the way from settlement to the city. What a waste of time. So instead, if there is the CRO at the center, if they have problem, some issues to be taken up at Bangalore, he can give a call. The settlement officer who is at Balagabe, he can give a call. He will do it. And if some problems with Koligal, if some problem with Mount God, Honsur, give a call, and he's there to attend all this. This way, I would suggest Northeast proposal, you're talking about the proposal with the new CRA, that part. I would say this is a very good idea. When, where, what is to be discussed thoroughly with the settlement officers who are in the within the Northeast or whatever zone. After thorough discussion, the place should be decided carefully. So that way, I see that their work will become little easier. and the more work will be, they can efficiently work and focus on the settlement. If there are some issues to be taken up at the capital city in high level, they need to go. I heard, I don't know, I've never been to that place. Transportation systems are very poor, I heard. So what a waste of time that is going to be like. I may be wrong, this is my opinion.
So these are my questions for today's In Conversation. Thank you so much for taking out your time from the busy schedule. The conference is going on right now, and tomorrow will be the conclusion session. Can I
add one more?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay, sure.
We are very fortunate enough to have the blessing of His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, during this session. We are very fortunate. And then Department of Home has arranged the meeting in such a way we feel we get inspired. Now one excitement is there. At 3 o'clock, His Eminence Professor Sandor Mbuchela is going to give I don't say talk, blessing for all of us as a young leader, senior leader, whatever. So I'm quite excited for seeking blessing of Rinpoche. And we will always be enlightened, throw some lights on how to lead, how to become a good leader, how to become a good public servant. This is where I'm very much excited. Yes.
You both are looking forward for that. I guess
yes.
all of the participants,
Yes,
the officers.
all, yes.
Best wishes in that, and I'd like to conclude the sign of this conversation with this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
With this, we have come to the end of today's episode of In Conversation with Tibettv. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next episode.